Alright, so I'm gonna make a fast, brief, quick video, which maybe not be too quick, but I don't want to be long because I could talk about this all day. So we got, I'm sure a lot of people know Best There, not Best There Is, my store Best There Is. A lot of stores got Rivals in early, before release, kind of as a gift type thing. So it's crazy because it was limited 6 per store, which is tough because I just had to grab, a few of my guys and say, hey, look, let's draft this. Let's see how it is. That all being said and done, I love the game, so I'm playing, of course, and we got 5 others. So sit down. We got 3 packs of Spirit Rebellion. We've opened up Awakenings so much from all of us beginning to the end. So 3 Awakenings, 3 Empire Strikes Back. You do 3 packs first, pass around 3, whatever. I kind of wanted to do 1 pack each, but I guess I kind of get it. It's kind of crazy because you have to give up a rare, 2 rares in the beginning, or a legendary, and someone pulled 2 legendaries, and he had to pass either keep Force Speed or Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber. He had to keep the Force Speed. So here's a few things I want to go over with drafting. Number one, the biggest thing is it is phenomenally fun. Um, it's so fun. It this is one of the best things I've ever seen come out of any kind of card game drafting wise, because of how crazy it could get. So in the rules, there's a lot of different things by playing. Um, you can't do anything crazy like if you pull a Krennic, you can't roll into a Death Trooper if you don't have the die. Um, Same with anyone that brings in another die that you would have to open. You don't get to do it. The only thing that you can do, from what we read, was training. You can proxy unique, which was, I wish I knew before when we drafted, because that's very interesting to know. So when everyone was drafting, here's another thing. People were trying to. It's really hard because you look at, like, down here at these guys, but minus the job was not there. You're trying to think, okay, when I'm drafting, I need to be careful with what characters I'm picking, and the way to set it up. First pack I got the I'm drawing a blank on the name, the Pit Guard. We'll just call him Pit Guard. And I wanted to keep him because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go with Anakin. We're gonna melee. I have the Guardian ability. We're gonna melee that goes on top of it, and we're gonna protect him. So I'm gonna do yellow blue. And I think after we all were talking afterwards, we all kind of drafted double colors. I think maybe 1 or 2 of us went rainbow. No, I'm sorry, not mono. 2 colors, and then maybe 2 guys did the rainbow. And here's the thing: rainbow's kind of smart. It sucks because what happens is, by the time you're done drafting, you have only so much to make your deck. It could be between I believe 28 to 30. I think that was the number of cards, and you can mill out really fast. Mill is strong in draft. I'll get back to that. I'll go back to that. Telling you what I saw that was strong and what's not strong. First of all, you can use villain and heroes together, which is amazing. This is so fun. You never get to do these kind of things using villain cards, hero cards together. It's just phenomenal. But we all went around. I mean, everybody pretty much, everyone's rare stock wasn't really heavy. You don't got heavy upgrades really as much as normal. Then you go back to your Rivals box, which you don't have much in already. But I pulled, I think, a Lando, Aurora Singh that I had to just kind of got stuck with. So I had characters to pick from, but it's like, yeah, what works, what doesn't. I ended up just going, you know what? I had to do Lobot because he was 10 points. I had Anakin at 10 for 1 die, and I had the Guardian for the guard for 10 at 1 die. So, but that was a huge thing, and I'll get back to that too also. So it sucked because I really had no red besides what was in my draft box. So I did a little bit of that, and I made a decent deck. I was actually really happy with my deck. So anyways, I should have done way better than I did, but first game I was about to win, guy rise again against me. Second game I was gonna win, destroyed almost everyone but one guy. He last roll he rolled Lobot special and a discard. I only had 2 cards left in my hand. I had one earlier, but he got Secret Mission and removed that, and he got rid of that. The last game I destroyed, I did really well, but it doesn't matter because crazy shenanigans happen. But I had a really good team because Lobot, Guardians, when you're the battlefield, and I had my other guard, so I literally would just keep Anakin healthy and just keep beating people down, beating them down, and using the melee weapons they give you in the starter or the rival kit to do that. But anyway, so let's go over real quick because again, I'm talking way too quick. Lobot's huge. Lobot is going to see, I believe, play in regular competition. He's very good filler. He has really cool ability. Increasing any stat by 2 is amazing. He's going to be a go-to for a lot of people. Rainbow color is probably the smarter thing to look forward to. Pick out what you need, kind of have an idea, but always go towards where if you think a card's really good, at least hate draft. I'm sure a lot of you play Magic or things like that. Take it and keep it because you don't want someone else to do it. And then people are going to play most likely one of these 4 rivals, and it's public knowledge what dice are getting set out, so what other characters are out there that people are pulling that they might have kept or passed around or whatever. So be aware of that when you're drafting and hate drafting along with it. Shields is very important. Shields, not just because there's no like craziness of vibro blades, but that's already been nerfed. But the other big point of it is there's not a lot of cards to get rid of shields in the format when you're drafting because it's just so different. And again, maybe we'll see more changes over it because we drafted more. This is going off one experience, but the shields were important. When we did anything to get shields, they stayed out for a long time, and we did one and dones. We like to do 2 out of 3 to get a feel for opponents' decks, but with this system, the draft, they're pretty decent matches. Some took a little long, some were just super quick because you're just boom trying to get damage. That Kylo's got a 2/2 for his damage sides. I mean, you're trying to knock these characters that are 10 points, and there's not many, like I said, shields coming out, stuff like that. It's gold. And speaking of gold, credits, money, your resources are also big, you would assume, but not to the point where you're worried about a buyout. You're worried about a rise again. That was such a lucky occurrence that one of my buddies that played, he was able to get that off. I think he got off in another game, but I don't remember what he ran to get it. But it's just you don't spend much because you don't have so much upgrades to put on there, so you just keep saving your money. And if you do have upgrades, which I always had something to put on Anakin to beef him up. My Anakin never died. Out of every game, Anakin was never touched. I think I had no damage on Anakin at all. I was able to guardian everything, and he was just a tank monster with like 2 weapons, the crafted lightsaber on him, and then the gray melee weapon they also give you in the rival. So resources seem not to play as big as part as you think, and if you do see someone piling up stuff, do recognize that what's the reason why they're doing it. Are they just not pulling their weapons, or is there some big card coming out? Granted, we didn't have Awakens, so it wasn't like no Crime Lord or anything like that. But Rise Again, you did see it pass around. So we saw it pass around, but you didn't think anyone was going to use it because you weren't able to generate that kind of resources. And then the other thing, milling out. Some people are deciding to go with lower decks in this because you are literally trying to throw whatever you can in it to make a deck, and you do throw in there some extra crap that you may not want. Now, at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. You may put stuff in there, and it will make sure you don't get milled off faster, keeping 2 extra cards in there that mean nothing to you. They're extra burn cards for you to burn through, but also those cards may end up in your hand when you need other cards in your hand. So, I don't know. It's going to be the way you want to play it, to be honest with you. What you think is a safer route to go. I think there's no wrong way, to be honest with you. I think most of us did do 28. I did get milled out, but I was lucky the guy got that roll in, and he got Secret Mission that helped him get rid of my last card in the deck. So there are things like that. So it's really hard to build like you would a normal deck, and I think everyone else would get this again when you draft any other game. It is hard, but the thing with this is there's so many different variables in Star Wars, such as all of your character column, all the things that you can get. It's very important, more than ever in draft, because you have one die. You're not going to be running doubles of any character, most likely. You may get lucky, depending on what you're drafting, and be able to run an elite version. If you could run an elite version, I would think you have a huge advantage. But again, that target is on that person, like nobody's business. But at the same time, everyone kind of targeted anyone that played Anakin. Same thing. Lobot was played a lot. Saw Jawa played. Katsu, I think I saw one played. They're all really good characters, but I was really impressed with Lobot. I think Lobot's going to see very big future play. He's low points. He does a lot of cool stuff. That ability is nasty. Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, I'm excited where this game is heading. We do league, and now we're trying to do maybe like a draft league or seal league. It is so fun to draft like this because it's so different. You mixing heroes and villains together on a team. You're mixing cards together, and like I thought, I didn't even know we could use hero and villain cards in the same deck, and then popped out the rule book, and they're reading it while we were, getting ready to pass things around, and it's like, yep, you could do a lot of different things. The same rule applies about the colors, what colors you play, but other than that, basically anything goes as long as you stay within 30 points of your heroes and 30 points for your. It makes sense because you would be so limited in your cards, so you get to do some villain and hero shenanigans that you never get to do any other game, and that is just fun. The fact that you could just do these things with these other characters, it's a blast. I'm excited where this is gonna go. Hopefully, if your stores haven't weren't able to get it, or if they did get it, ask them about it. Make sure you guys promote it. Make sure you guys get like drafts going on. Let's make this thing huge and a hit. I mean, we already know this game is blowing up pretty big. It's doing very well right now, but it's just so exciting. I mean, I couldn't ask for a game to go any better way. So I'm very happy that we got to try it out and do it, and it was fun. It was amazingly fun. It was a blast. I lost and I had a great time, and it's one of those things that it's just so cool. Like I want to do it as soon as we were done. I want to do it again, and we can, with that group because we have the rivals. But it's gonna be a lot better when everyone has it. Don't know how this would work on TTS. I've kind of stayed away from TTS a little bit because I don't want to. When you get a bunch of new cards thrown at you, you'll be up all night just making decks over and over and over. I don't want to do that yet, so I don't want to go on TTS to see all these new, ways to do things. I know they were saying there was people playing Luke and Yoda, the new Luke, new Yoda, starter Luke, and it was nasty, and I want to watch it, but then I don't. So I just gotta wait. So we got only a little bit of time left. I think it's gonna be mid-January, I believe. They haven't gave us a date yet. When we go to order, there's still no date as far as the release, and every email we get, it just says in January. So I don't think it'd be early January just because it'd be too hard for them to make it happen right after the new year. But I would expect mid, in worst case, late. But other than that, we're super stoked for it. And please, if you know anyone that's playing it, ask them to borrow your the starter or the rivals kit and try to get a group going and try it out and talk about it. Let people know. I think it's awesome. It's a great way to play the game. It's good for shops because we sell packs doing so, and it makes opening packs fun again when you've opened up millions of cases, because you're trying to get sets and you want stuff to trade. And I went through that like crazy, but opening packs were so fun again. It was like, yes, I got this, I got that. And even if you didn't get legendaries or anything, just because, yes, this is going to help my team. And it's such a fun thing. And then what's also good is like, the cards you have extra and left over, the guy that doesn't have much of the set, or he's still whatever, give them to him, If there's a little bit of value, whatever, keep what you need to keep. But if it's just, Rey's lightsaber showing up for no reason, toss it to the people, even though I'm sure they have a million of those already. But anyways, that's it. I just want to discuss about how draft went and the things I saw that were crazy and the things to watch out and pay attention to. Shields are important. Mitigation is so. I mean, you have to get lucky to get some good cards that let you remove things. Because it's not like you're building a deck here, and get to put all electroshocks and all the things like that in there. So mitigation is one of those things. If you get it, that's awesome. Shields are very important. Milling is a thing in this, big time milling. Because people make lower decks, and they also toss cards like crazy because your rolls need to match up a lot better. Battlefields are very important. So when you do get any in draft that really stick out for you and think will really help for you, it's a big deal because I've seen a lot of battlefields play huge parts in the games. And then when you draft, try to go rainbow. Rainbow's safe bet. I think rainbow's the safest bet you can get. Then you can really play around with what characters you have and what actually works. So those are the few things I would say to look for when you guys play. Hopefully you guys start playing it soon. We get it out soon, and we can hear more responses to it. What they feel is good, what works, what doesn't. We're looking forward to trying a sealed of this soon, so that'd be interesting. Yeah. So I think that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Anyone that did, we will be having more videos up, but I think we're going to try to start doing them in the shop soon. We're going to try to do a bunch of them for different games in the shop, different people sitting down, chatting, talking, podcasts as well, all that stuff. I've been talking about this forever, but it's actually getting, the wheels are turning. It's just, sadly, life comes in the way, and on top of it, we have, Christmas in 7 days. Actually, in 2 minutes, it's going to be 6 days. My clock in California here. So everyone have a good Christmas. Be safe out there. Have a good holiday. Whatever you celebrate, your life day. Just have good times. Thank you guys if you watched. If you didn't watch, dang you, but I just want to talk about some Star Wars love. But anyways, thank you guys for putting up with all the crap. And have a good one. Have a safe time. Play it safe. Don't go crazy. See ya.